I remember a teacher at school years and years ago who talked in a sort of sotto voce, without any sort of inflection, and once one cut through the soporific delivery, he really had a lot of value, and there was a lot of content. And I remember he once explained what chop logic was. All he would have needed to have done, I suppose, was waited for Suella Braverman. And in the committee hearing yesterday, she was extraordinary, quite extraordinary. She was asked by one of the committee members about the missing 154 children who still haven't been located and found. This is the lady who showed such contempt for a Holocaust survivor who rebuked her about using words like swarm. And why do you feel the need to use that kind of language, she said. And Suella Braverman replied with, I won't apologise, I won't shy away. The language she used was appalling. And the Rwanda programme, of course, parallels the Madagascar plans. But the 154 children, this question was a straightforward question. Where are they? What are the plans for getting them back? And Suella Braverman skirted around the answer for about 10 minutes. And I don't think at any point actually gave a direct answer. She started talking about the increase in numbers and lots of flabber. And then she stopped talking about children and started talking about UASCs. What's a UASC? It sounds like some sort of insect. Is that what she intended? What are these? Then I suspect it's some sort of moniker or some sort of acronym. But, we should be beyond that. We should give children the dignity of calling them children or calling them by their names. Does she know their names? Does she know who's gone missing? Has anybody bothered to process them? And if she doesn't know, if there wasn't anybody, why weren't these people processed? Why? Because so many people in the Home Office resigned or were sacked, and there's a huge hole, and there's a go slow anyway, the hostile environment. And she was very evasive about keeping UASCs in hotels. She says it's not going to happen now, and now they're going to be kept in foster care. Well, that wasn't the question. Working closely with the police, she said. Well, that wasn't the question. Operational matters for the police, so she's ducking. But as Home Secretary, surely she has responsibility for these children. She was the one who, as Home Secretary, put them in hotels. Who is looking for them? And where are they? She says, well, we had no power to detain them. And then she does the most extraordinary thing. She says, well, she blames the children. Surely the reports are that these children have been kidnapped. She says it's difficult, it's challenging, pity me approach, but she blames the children for going missing. Now, if you are a school teacher and you lose a child on a school trip, you are held responsible. All hell breaks loose. But Suella Braverman doesn't seem to have that sense of responsibility, and she doesn't seem to shoulder that sense of responsibility for not one child, not two children, but 154, and indeed more. It's extraordinary. She said that maybe they were they've gone missing because they had they were in fear of the Rwanda program. At least she was prompted by the questioner who said she'd heard that that some of these children had gone missing because they were in fear of Rwanda. They might have been in fear of traffickers. There are many reasons why they might have been in fear. She then goes on to say that they may not really be children. Many of them are adults who have been identified, who have tricked the system. She says 50% of them may well be adults. Well, that still leaves 77 children who are missing, and she says that good thing they're missing, because that demonstrates that the Rwanda project is acting as an effective deterrent, or words to that effect anyway. It is simply astonishing that she gets away with this evasive and belligerent approach to testimony in a committee room in Parliament. She ends up by saying that she's proud of her package. It's like listening to Kwasi Kwarteng. I don't understand what she's trying to do, except to demonstrate that she hasn't mastered her brief, because, and this is the most extraordinary thing, the person who was asking the question pointed out that she had asked this question before, or in fact, I think Suella Braverman said, you asked this last time. Well, yes. So if she asked it last time, why aren't you prepared to answer the question this time? Do your aides not brief you? Have you not read the document? Have you not read the brief? Have you not mastered the brief? Is it your fault, or is it the fault of your civil servants? Because it's one or the other. Because if you were asked this question last time you were in front of the committee and you didn't have an answer, and you're now asked the same question this time, then it's not about a failure to find the information. It's about the stupidity of not having done the work.